Good, yes, good for ya.
You got to give it up, mama, brother. You got it going on. Hooper, Hooper, gonna tear the house down.
Welcome back. Today we are at Woodland Creek Disc Golf Course in Lacey, Washington. I've already played a lap here this morning. It was rainy and windy, so I didn't want to break out the phone because I don't know how the audio would be. I don't know how the phone would hold up to the rain. So we already shot around here this morning, +5. I believe the global average here is +10, so we still lowered the global average, which is great. We're gonna play another round, see if we can beat that score is goal number 1. Goal number 2, letting you see this layout. If you haven't played here, come give it a shot. It's a 14-hole course in Lacey, Washington. Hole 1 today is in the long position. It says 480, so a 480 par 3 is a little out of my range. We're just gonna try and throw it halfway. OB on the left, OB on the right, vice versa, sorry. Avoid those and see if we can't get close to the basket on our approach shot, and we'll continue for there. I hope you enjoy the video. If you're new here, thanks for coming. If you've been here before, thanks for coming back. I hope by the end of the video, if you're not subscribed, I can earn your subscription. Take a look at hole 1. Here we go. And we are going to start off with a Hades. I want a light flip up. We are in the wind, so I'm probably not going to throw it at full power. I just want a light flip up, hug those trees over there, and have it come back into the fairway. Oh. That was a good putt, edge of circle, through the bullet, hit the top of the basket, nothing you can do, it's got to fall out. We're keeping those bullets around. I do have some pickles in the bag, so if you see a blue disc, it's the pickle, orange disc, that's the bullet. We're gonna alternate putting with both of them so we can get some feel for the pickles rotating into the bag as we go. Hole 2 is a pretty fun hole, kind of unique to this course. There's 2 trees you can see there on either side of the fairway. Fence posts to go along with them. There are wire fences going off each side, so that gives us basically a double mando down there. Can you go over them? Sure. Odds of that happening are low. Usually I run right into that fence. That's me. Doesn't mean a better player can't go right over those fences and get to where they want to go. We are at a par 3, 330 in the long position, so all we're going to try and do is go right down the road, take that underworld, see if we can flip it up just a little bit, go right down that road and skip as close to the basket as we can. Here we go. All right, we made it to hole 3. Long position is 292, 300 feet. There are technically 2 fairways here. I'm showing you this one on the left side because I'm going to throw a forehand. If I was to go down the right side with a backhand, I'd show you that one, but this is my preferred line. So we're going to give that a go. Tough hole, lots of trees. All we're trying to do is get down there away to where we have an approach shot. Hey, so you just saw the pickle make another putt. I've had the pickles for a couple of rounds now, and I'm still not 100% sure if I want to keep them in the bag. I'm going to try them. I bought them so that I could try some things. Worst case scenario, I don't like them, and I've got some extra practice putters. They're a little more gummy, and they've got a lip on the bottom. Bullet has kind of a lip, but it's more of a groove. And so I got accustomed to that. And so maybe it's just getting used to another putter that I'm not quite sure about. But I do like how gummy they are. Now, all of the pickles that I got in my pickle pack had that gummier feel to them. So hopefully they're grabbing chains. I know my regular bullets have a harder gummy plastic, but these pickles are, like I said, a little softer. So hopefully they're grabbing chains. I don't know. We'll play with them a little longer. If you see them stay in the bag, then we made our decision. If you end up seeing them fade out and I kind of stick back to my bullets, also made a decision. So stand by for that. Hole 4 is 235 feet behind those trees down there on the right. You saw spin the wheel. The spin the wheel gives you the option of the upper and the lower tee pad. Personally, I prefer the upper tee pad, so that's a great shot for me there, at least on the spin. Lower tee pad is just fine. It's a backhand versus a forehand for me. We're just going to throw it down there with that forehand crave, see if we can get around the tree. Well, shoot, I really wanted that one. It must have been a hard putt because even player 2 couldn't make it. You know, really, I'm not a big fan of downhill putts. It's something I should work on, and I will start working on that. Hole 5, 267, we're going to forehand a crave. You might be able to see the cone down there on top of the basket. That's the only part of the basket we can see. So I'm going to try and forehand down around the corner over that bush, see what happens. Here we are, hole 6. It's going to be a forehand straight away. I want a little bit of fade there at the end to try and catch that basket. We're looking at 257, so definitely within reach. I just want to keep it as straight as long as I can. Hole 7 is 247 through this tight gap of trees, over a log, around a bush, over the river to grandmother's house we go. We're going to take a crave, see if we can forehand it through the gap, over that log, to the basket. Results of hole 7. Bad drive, good approach, bad putt, tapper in. If that's not the equation for a bogey, I don't know what is. Second bogey of the round gets us to a +2. Hard hole here. Looks like we have 310 feet on hole 8. It's still a par 3. We're going to go through that tight gap with the underworld, see if we can flip it up just enough to come back into straight, over those bushes, miss those trees, get out into the fairway, circle 1, circle 2. Either one of those would be great. Either way, we're trying to get it down there. Hole 9 is 210 feet. You can see the basket way down there with that cone up on top. We're going to throw the Hades on a hyzer. I would like to flip the flat and then come back and crash down to that pin. It's within range now. It didn't used to be, but it is now. Let's see if we can get pin high at least. So let's make sure we follow each other on a few things here. I am an MA3 disc golf player, which means I am a long ways from being professional. I do okay. I am in the higher end of my cards usually when I'm playing a tournament, hoping to do a little bit better this year, move up to MA2, maybe even MA1 by the end of the year. We'll see what happens. So when I'm saying I'm going to try and do something with the disc, that's literally all I'm doing is trying. Odds of me recreating something that I can see in my mind, I don't know, 40% chance. So I am getting better. I'm throwing the discs faster and further than I used to, which means my wrist speed is also probably getting a little higher than it was, meaning that the discs that I currently use, which are understable discs, are probably too understable for what my arm is able to do now. As I start to move into different discs, I told you before about a Zeus I'm trying to throw. I just can't make it do what I want it to do, and now my arm speed's too high to make my understable discs do what I want them to do, so I'm kind of in this phase of limbo. I'm working on it. We'll see what we can do moving forward, but now let's get a good approach shot on that, I don't know, bad Hades throw. Well, after 9 holes, we're sitting at a +2. We're going to go ahead and keep on filming today. This is all one video because this is just a 14-hole layout. Doing better than our morning round, but there's also less rain, there's less wind. I took all the rain gear off, so I should be doing better. Hole 10 is 395 feet around that tree to the right. We're going to throw a trail forehand, see if we can push it through that gap, and then off to the right. Well, that wasn't the worst. Good drive. Actually, probably one of my best drives on that last hole. We'll see if we can recreate it here, because I think if I throw that same drive, I'll end up down by the basket. We're going to go straight away, push it forward, down through a gap, all the way to the pin, kind of tucked down in there on the right. 269. We're going to go with that trail again to see if we can recreate that last shot. There we go, first birdie of the round. I did recreate that trail shot, so that was nice. Pickle in for the bird. Now we're going to move on to hole 12, which is an insanely long 500-foot par 3. I don't know who can get there. I sure can't. I'm shooting for 250-ish because we have a slight uphill. I can't quite get the 300 here, but we're going to throw that Hades a little higher than usual, let it flip up, come back down, try and get between that 250 and 300-foot range. Like I said, hole 12 is obnoxiously long for a par 3. Nowhere near my range. I don't play with anybody whose range that is in. But I guess it's a cool way to kind of test your distance. If you're liking what you're seeing so far, you've seen a few of my videos now, let me know down in the comments what you like, what I can do better. If you want to come out and play, leave me some way to contact you down there in the comments. We'll play together. Heading on to hole 13, 2 holes to go. Well, it looks like we're starting to get some blue skies out of the day, which means I might have time to go hit another course. I don't know, St. Martin's or Shelton Springs, both of which have some appeal to me today. Hole 13 is 270. We're going to go around the corner to the right with a trail. High hyzer forehand. Let's see if we can get there close. Normally I end up about pin high, but too far out. I'm going to try and get closer to the pin today. Well, we're finishing up here at Woodland Creek on hole 14. It's a 270-foot island hole with Amando on the right. The bricks are kind of getting dug into the dirt to where I can't see where the island is from here. It's about circle 1. We're going to see if we can get on that island. We'll have a better score than what we had on my first round today. Either way, it did turn out to be a nice day. Here we go. And there it is, we're wrapping up here at Woodland Creek Park. We've had the bullets, we've had the pickles, still trying to decide. I believe we ended up with a +1 today, which is great for me here. Anywhere close to even is awesome. We lowered the global average. If you liked coming along, like, subscribe, comment, share, do all of the things that YouTube likes you to do. And also check in on Sundays where we play Running Nat. If you'd like to be involved with that, go ahead and put your name, contact information, whatever you feel comfortable with down in the comments section. We'll run that together. See you next time.
Give it up, give it up.
Good, yes, good for you.
You got to give